right, good morning. Yes, it is morning. We may not be live, but it's definitely morning, March 14th. How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Rocking the UCLA and for Michigan State going over there and getting outplayed. I haven't seen. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen any of the highlights or anything like that. But my phone showed the score. All I saw was UCLA 88. That's all they lost. Michigan State don't score that many points. As soon as I saw it, I already knew. Until I started doing the whole research for the game for the show, I already knew. And that's actually going to lead into my prediction going to the NCAA tournament. Folks ain't going to like what I got to say, but I know what I see. And I don't see what I see. What I see is going to be good for one team in Michigan, not so good for the other one in the state of Michigan. And I got a feeling we both know who is who and what is what.
Right. Bring Juwan back.
he gonna be there watching his son play. Sitting on the end of the bench, telling the team to call a timeout. That's not nice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lord. I know that wasn't nice. But we're gonna kick off the show with the polls say from the wonderful people out there. March Madness is here. March Madness is definitely here. We're going to start off by looking at some of these firings that are happening right now in college basketball. Wes Miller, Cincinnati, Adrian Autry, Syracuse, Jerome Tang. We knew about that one already, Kansas State. Damon Stoudemire, the little general, in Georgia Tech. Kim English at Providence. Wayne Tinkle, Oregon State. We don't even know what that is. Earl Grant, Boston College. Mark Schmidt, St. Bonaventure. Wayne Stevens, Detroit area product, Oak Park, Western Michigan. Joe Scott, Air Force, and the one, the only great Bobby Hurley is out at Arizona State. We kind of saw
all right, Bobby Hurley. Wow.
Bobby Hurley gone bye-bye. Gone bye-bye.
He'll be on his brother's staff.
Yep. He'll be doing something. He might just go back and take over the high school. That might be what's best for him, quite honestly. Go back to his dad's high school and go take that.
He'll probably start on. He'll probably go on. What's his brother, Dan Hurley? He'll probably go coach out there in UConn.
Oh, UConn.
Yeah.
I got a surprise for you. He might go from Arizona State to Michigan State.
Tom ain't going nowhere.
After this year, it might be it. It might be forced out. It might be a power play.
Nah, Tom ain't going nowhere.
They've been floating them videos out there. Those from 1999 to now videos. I'm sorry, 97 to now videos.
That's Tom's job till he don't want to do it no more. And
I agree. That should be that way.
He not gonna leave till he get one up on Dusty. Because what happened this past weekend, that second game in Michigan, that was a long ride home to Ann Arbor. I mean, East Lansing, and that's only like 20 minutes. But trust me, it probably felt like a couple of hours on that bus.
That's 45 minutes on up the road. Once you jump on 94, get over to 23, and 23 on up to right on up the road. Is it 23? I'm thinking it is 23. Right on up to right up to 96 on the back side.
Yeah. That bus ride felt a little bit long.
That's a quiet ride. It's a quiet ride.
Man,
Michigan was the better team.
They're not the better team, man. He just don't know how to make in-game adjustments. Once you take Jeremy Fears out the game, he don't have another rock'em sock'em. That's what they're missing. Look at all the years coming that Tom been there. When he had Mateen went out, you had Charlie Bell. When Charlie Bell went out, you had Mike Chappelle. You always had somebody, Drew Neisel. They always had another to go with that. He don't got nobody like that now. It would have been good to keep lame nuts with the headband, but because I couldn't stand my man. I didn't like my man, dude. I did not like my man.
Here's the difference. Michigan know they can win. Michigan State think they can win. That's the difference.
No, I'm telling you, that's not what it is. He owns.
Michigan technically has more talent than Michigan State. Can Michigan
No, they
State
don't.
beat them?
No,
Yes,
they
they
do
can.
not.
Michigan
don't.
believes that they're going to win the game from the time they showed up throughout the entire game. Michigan State thought we could possibly win it. We could win this game. If they were the little engine that could the entire game in terms of how they played in both games.
So you take Jeremy Fears minus the dirty play. That point guard can't mess with Jeremy Fears.
I'm not saying he can't. He is
But
better.
that's what I'm saying. You're saying the talent is equal. It's not. Big fella in the middle, he just tall.
15, Michigan believes they're going to beat Michigan State. Michigan State believes that they can win, not that they will win. That's the difference.
Big fella in the middle is just tall. That's all he is. My man is the dude number 23 that transferred from UAB. He think he better than what he is. When they went up against Duke always smacked Michigan in the face, reality-wise. So you're going to tell me Duke's talent is better than Michigan's? No, not that much.
Not that much. I would say
point.
Duke and Michigan right about here and here. 59-51.
Here. No. Cameron Boozer is better than any big man they got. He just showed you.
Like that. He didn't play like that in the game.
He just showed you when they beat him. When they needed a basket, who they get a ball to? Cameron Boozer. Did he deliver?
I would say that Yaxel was better than him in that game.
Oh, man, he trash, dog. I'm good. He trash. You know the only thing he do that's sweet? He wear Jordans. That's it. I'm good, dog.
Okay.
Who was the last person that came from UAB and played for Michigan? Willie Mitchell. How'd that work out? Didn't work out, did it?
And neither of us got to answer for that one. You got to answer. You're going to leave it alone.
Man, came to high school All-American game. It was a cat out of Brooklyn, New York named Felipe Lopez. Had a highlight show on him in high school All-American game. We fast forward. He went to St. John's. He went to Michigan. Then he transferred to UAB. How'd that work out?
Lopez was the man. I wish he'd have played and had a little bit longer career.
Wish he would have played at Kansas. I was there when we brought him to the game. When we chanted, "We want you." I'm like, this kid ain't coming here, man. He just came out here to see what Kansas is about. He ain't coming, man.
Out in the middle of nowhere. I wouldn't say too cold because New York get cold like that. But when you a city kid like that, you're not going out there to the country.
It's not. It's really not the country. Like I thought it was. It's not the country. You got the hangout in Lawrence is Bullwinkles. I don't even drink, but I used to go because they knew I could drive everybody home. I used to be driving a Cadillac. What was his name? Cadillac Calelis. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Calelis. Me, Dave, Jeremy, and this other guy. My man used to call me Jalen because we all played on the same intramural team together. He used to call me Jalen. I wore number 5 and everything. I didn't cut my hair bald, but yeah. We had a nice intramural squad.
You talk about that team, how y'all was deep.
Oh, yeah, we was doing, man. I played on that team, and I played on the team with Jose Friday and all the football players. Well, we had tried. The guy who was over the thing, his name was Scott Ward. He was a professional diver. He got paralyzed from the waist down. So when I tried to walk on for the KU basketball team, he told me, he's like, Roy, like, guys like you, just play like you play for me. Hustle, woo. So he goes to put the lineup down. I'm like, how the hell I'm going to get on the court? Because it's Jose Friday, he went to Chassie. It's Greg McBurrows, he went to King. It's Isaac Bird. I'm like, how the hell am I going to get on the court? Isaac Bird, God rest his soul, he was like, God bless him. He was like, go ahead, Phil. I'm trying to work on for spring football. You can have my spot. That's how I got on the court. Other than that, I wouldn't even play. We blew everybody out. We be up 30, dog, laughing. They was like, look, every time they shoot, you take off. I had one game I had 30 on layups. Wasn't nobody down there with me. I take the ball to half court. The ref was like, if you keep taking the ball to half, I'm gonna give you a tech. Because I'm thinking, even though it's a game, I'm thinking it's like 5-on-5. But I'm like, dog, it's really a game. I'm like, okay, ref, my bad. They was like, y'all better talk to number 5. Cause I would take the ball and lay it up. And then ain't nobody down there with me. So I'm bringing the ball back down. They're like, Phil, let the ball go. Man, I'm like, they like, Phil, let the ball go. That team was loaded. The championship game, true story, we got hit with a power outage. I overslept because the power went out. I didn't even show up. We won by 30. Scott was like, where was you at? I said, the power went out in the dorm. Won by 30.
More of the story is we need to go to Bullwinkles.
You know what, though? Bullwinkles was so, because with me being the designated driver, I got Sprites all night. So you'll see like six old cups and it'd be all Sprite. So chicks would be like, most of the chicks I had classes with, she'll be like, you don't drink? I'm like, no. She like, you from Detroit, right? I'm like, yeah. She like, I'm in your history class. I'll be like, sit on down. We sit down. You see, next thing you know, you see what's that they put right here, the salt or whatever. You see her lick her, I'd be like, man, baby girl putting them back. They'd be like, Phil, you know her? I'm like, man, we got class together.
It's still open. As a matter of fact, it's open right now. I'm looking at it right now online. Bullwinkles is open right now.
Man, look, we would go from Bullwinkles and then we go to Amigos. Amigos was a cheap version of Taco Bell. So Taco Bell at that time, tacos was 59 cents. Now how much a taco was at Amigos? 25 cents. But man, hey, come about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, you wish you had 8 Amigos.
I can tell you there was a place in Pancheros in East Lansing. Pancheros had the big burritos. When I tell you, boy, those the best to this day. That's the best burrito I ever had. And when I say the line be around the corner, but you would get line, you'd be in and out in 15, 20 minutes because they literally had the food already ready. You just tell them what you want, they put it together, and you up out of there. When I tell you how the bar closed, East Lansing people, put in the chat about Pancheros.
Yeah, boy. And then you had the place called Perkins. So like if Bullwinkles once Bullwinkles closed, everybody went to Perkins. Perkins was like a Denny's. But
yeah, Perkins.
Packed.
Green and white, but they got Perkins down here still.
Yeah, it'd be packed, man. Perkins was like, yeah, that was like the after hour to Bullwinkles.
Yeah,
like, man, let's go. We would leave Bullwinkles and they'd be like, Phil, let's go to Perkins. I'd be like, y'all want to go to Amigos? They'd be like, no, man, somebody parent might have sent some money or whatever. Like one time my grandfather sent me, God rest his soul, he's sitting over there on my table. Grandfather sent me $50. I was shocked. I was like, dang, he sent me $50. He's like, don't spend it all in one place. Man, we went to Perkins. I think I came home like $20, $15. But I was in there living like I was Jay-Z or somebody. Like, let me get the cheeseburger, well done, cut in half. I don't want no put bacon on it. Oh, yeah, I'm living it up. I'd never forget that.
All right. Let's rein it on in. Let's rein it back before we get too far away. Tomorrow in the semifinals, Michigan play against Wisconsin, Purdue play against UCLA in the championship game on Sunday. That's normally one of the last games before the NCAA tournament committee announces the championship. In the Big 12 championship tomorrow, let's see here. They should have the winner. The Houston-Kansas game should be over by now. Let me check on that real quick.
Yeah, Houston blew them out, man, by like 20.
Okay, so that means Arizona and Houston play tomorrow at 6 o'clock on ESPN for championship. So we know what's going on with that. All right. Well, we waiting on the big tournament to happen. And speaking of the tournament, the women's tournament, the Sweet 16 in the Grade 8 will be here in Fort Worth at the Dickies Arena. I'm trying to get the time off. If I can get the time off right now, I'm gonna get a seat in the nosebleeds for cheap. And I'm gonna go to all the sessions for the first time ever. I'm gonna go to the NCAA tournament game. I saw when Izzo first came, I went to the NIT tournament when we made the NIT. That's the last time I've ever been to no, you're right. That's the last time I went to the tournament game. I tried to go to the Final Four, but that's another long story. I ain't gonna do but get mad thinking about that one. When they played the Final Four down at Ford Field against Kansas, that's that weekend on. That was another crazy weekend. But we're not gonna talk about that because I'm gonna get mad about the money I lost. But that's seriously
You
27.
mean Final Four when they lost to North Carolina? They ain't lose again.
North Carolina.
With Tyler Hansbrough now, Psycho
Yeah.
P.
Yeah. I got to meet some of the UNC greats that weekend. They were good people, but they already knew they was gonna win. They had that look on their face, like, yeah, we already got it. That's how they was looking at me. But that's another story for another day. All right, look, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna talk about NFL free agency. NFL free agency is up right now. Of course, we're going to talk about the Lions. Before we get there, we're going to talk about the big-time players that have made moves. Kenneth Walker III is going to Kansas City. Tyler Lindenbaum, the center that everybody wanted to come to Detroit, is with the Raiders. Tua Tagovailoa is going to Atlanta. They're saying Michael Pence's days are numbered. Max Crosby with the trade canceled. I almost forgot to put in there. What's the little guy from I'm sorry, Texas people. What's the little guy from Arizona? He's now going to say it again. Kyler Murray. You're right. Kyler Murray. He's on his way to Minnesota. And let's see here.
So that means JJ Days is numbered.
JJ Days is numbered as well. Trey Hendrickson now with the Ravens after they nixed the Max Crosby trade. DJ Moore went to Buffalo, and so those are the big names that moved in the NFL. The Lions, of course, got Isaiah Pacheco, center Cade Mays, defensive back Christian Izien, cornerback Roger McCreary, offensive tackle Larry Borum, tight end Tyler McConkey, Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is coming back.
Man, I'm waiting to hear your response to that one.
Teddy Bridgewater. Come on, man. They changed the rule for you. Teddy, go back, coach high school. They already changed the rule. Go back.
What I'm saying is you don't have a backup. So, what else you going to do? The guy that you did have a backup, he signed with Buffalo.
He can't play. Let him go. I'm not mad about him leaving. Let him go. But what I'm saying, who did I say for $5? I bet you $5 on.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Why don't we sign Kirk? We gonna get him for a song.
Oh man, because Teddy already know the playbook.
Kirk Cousins know everybody playbook. He went with 15 teams. All the money he
Kirk coming off Achilles. Teddy ain't coming off Achilles.
I would much honestly, much I love Teddy Bridgewater, I'd much rather see my man from Atlanta come on back to Michigan at the plant for the Spartans. I'm not gonna.
Who?
Kirk Cousins. I'd much rather see Kirk Cousins.
No, man. Kirk is coming off of Achilles. If that was a case, then go get Aaron.
No.
See, now you just.
I burn this hat. I burn this shirt. I burn all my Lions gear.
What's the Has Aaron won a Super Bowl?
Yes, he has.
Has Kirk won a Super Bowl?
No, he has not.
Has Kirk played for a Super Bowl?
No, he has not.
Okay, then go get Aaron.
I'll burn all my Lions stuff. I will tape it. I'll put out my Weber kettle in the middle of my driveway right here. I hit it with all the lighter fluid. Whoosh.
So you would rather take Kirk Cousins over proven Super Bowl champ? I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers neither. But if I had to choose between Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
Here's why. Aaron Rodgers is not trying to come back here and be a backup. He's trying to come in and run the show. That's first of all. Second of all, we don't need his shenanigans in the locker room.
What shenanigans?
Because he's not a starter now. He's gonna keep stuff up. He already the princess prima donna.
Yeah, because he ain't coming to training camp.
You ain't gonna see him. He'll be there. He'll be at the top of the scaffold with the guy with the camera. That's what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be up at the top. He's gonna be taking notes, and he's gonna get in the locker room afterwards. You didn't run this route right. You didn't do this right. You didn't work hard enough. They're gonna say, "Man, shut your behind up before we take you to the chair and shave your face." We don't need him. I can't do it. I can't do it. I will lose it. I will lose my mind. All right. The Lions also lost Taylor Decker. Anzalone, Amik Robertson, Khalif Raymond, and Roy Lopez. I looked at that list. I'm like, who's Roy Lopez? Okay. The mother was, honestly, I was hoping they would keep Anzalone. Even before the end of the season, they was already saying that Anzalone was gone. So they knew that was happening. I was hoping that he would stay. I thought that Anzalone was a solid player. He's not fast by any means, but he's quick between the hash marks. He can cover the tight end out of the backfield. So I was hoping that he would have stayed. A good locker room guy works hard for the team, worked hard in the community. But hey, at the end of the day, it's the business.
I think they're going backwards. I think, to be honest with you, I think this is Dan Campbell's last year, and I think this is Brad Holmes' last year. I think they're going to clean the house with both of them. This is it, man. Y'all went backwards. Y'all not going forward. They're going backwards. You didn't sign no high profile. If I don't even know what the trajectory is. Like, you let David Montgomery go, and then you sign Pacheco. That's supposed to be the new Sonic and Knuckles. Make it make sense. You don't address needs in the draft. So here comes the extension for Jahmyr Gibbs. You're gonna have this extension for Branch, an extension for the tight end. Where y'all going? Hell, pick up the phone and call it Darius at this point.
Slay?
I said Darius. I ain't say Darius. I said Darius.
Oh no. I'm gonna tell you why Darius ain't coming back. He can't show his face in Detroit no more because Cash Dow gonna make him. She's not gonna stand for it. She's not gonna stand for it.
I'm just saying.
She told the Lions she good, and she told him she good too.
At this point, you're not gonna get Joey Bosa. You can't get Hendrickson. You can't get the dude from the Raiders. Hell, pick up the phone, call Javian Clowney.
I can take that. I'll take Javian.
Pick up the phone and call my man from the Saints on the end. What's my man? I can't even think of his name. But pick up the phone and make a move. This the last year for them two, and this is the last year for Steve. And I hate to see it, but yeah, Steve, man, you can't keep coming with excuses because that's all he gonna do. Even though I know we ain't there yet, when the wings get eliminated, he gonna say, "Well, I didn't have Dylan Larkin," and people gonna say, "Yeah, he didn't have Dylan Larkin." Now you gonna hold on for it for year 8.
We're gonna get to the Red Wings. We're gonna definitely get to the Red Wings. But we gonna
talk about Steve to go, man. Steve, man, look, you did your thing when you was here. You were a good player. You were a good ambassador for the game. It's time to stick to what you know, man. You don't know managing. You don't know being a general manager.
You don't know general managing in Detroit. They still doing good in Florida where he was from.
That's because my man was still alive. The owner that owned the Red Wings. I mean, the Pistons. Bill Davidson was still alive. Bill Davidson ain't alive no more. And Karen sold him.
What I'm saying is he did a good job with the Panthers. They still doing very well, still in contention. We still trying to get up over the hump here in Detroit with him being here.
Because the reason was wrong. This is why I'm not a fan of Detroit teams. Y'all don't put your foot in these owners' butt, man. That's why. Do you think Robert Kraft had that problem? No. Do you think DeBardo and San Fran had that problem? No. Because they put a decent product on the field. Look, I told you 3 years ago when he said it, and we probably ain't gonna never get back there. That was it. You should have let him go then.
Yep.
He lost faith. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes was like this. Now they like this. Because last year showed him, Dan Campbell like, you ain't got my back. He can only do what Sheila Foreham allows him to do, which is nothing.
Yeah, I lost a little bit of faith in him myself when he said that. Sometimes you can't say, or you can't make the statement that's on your inside voice. You got to keep the inside voice on the inside. You can't let it off to the outside. You can't
And
sometimes.
the only way you gonna get the fans back, because right now I see 7-10. I see y'all finishing fourth, 7-10. God forbid Jared Goff get hurt and you got to ride Teddy Bridgewater for the rest of the season. The only good thing that play in y'all favor is y'all got the weak schedule. But y'all not about to portray what New England did. Not at all.
I'm moderately worried about my Lions. I will always be a Lions fan.
I don't know why, but okay.
That's my number one team. I got some
don't know why, but
out there. But I'm that's always been my team, man.
Like that, it's like the dude. It's like Richard Gere and Pretty Woman. You married a streetwalker. Make that make sense. I mean, I'm just stating facts, man. That's what you did. You can call her a high class call girl. You can call her a streetwalker. You can call her whatever you wanted to. You just married half of Los Angeles. That's what you just married.
What's about the guy from Seinfeld that got punched in the mouth for talking bad about his pretty woman?
Right. It's your gear. You hired a streetwalker, took her out, took her to the fanciest, nice places, bought her a dress, everything. Yeah, you just married half of Los Angeles.
And every woman in America want to be pretty woman. And everybody, if you look at the women from that age range, you ask most of them what's their favorite movie from that time frame. Oh, Pretty Woman, that's one of my favorite movies. Oh, it is? That lets me know a whole lot about you, young lady. I'm sorry, ladies, but that's the mind of a man. Because if that's who you espouse to be, and you happy because she got hers after giving it up for $25.95, we got to have a conversation.
$25.95.
If your rule is don't kiss him in the mouth, we got to talk to you. We got to have a conversation.
Got like the episodes, like the part in He Got Game. Well, he was like, hey, what can I get for $20? She said, take that home to your wife. It's your mama you talking to. Said, all your complaints to come all way.
Hey, we equally on this one. We both bad on this one.
And they say love is blind. So, hey.
Sit on, you can place the Marcus. Let Marcus deal with the complaints.
Guru.
Right. Speaking of which, nice little transition. Don't forget to get the book, Gratefulness Journey Every Day by who? Mr. One Marcus Holmes right here, that young man right there, the man hour too sweet to be sour, the proprietor of the Love and Stuff community. Go on, make sure you check him out on TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, let me go and put our QR code up there. Scan that. We getting really, really close to having 1,000 people that allow us to broadcast over restream. We want to see over all our platforms. Our platforms being Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, the Roku network, on the Max TV network, and TikTok. Tomorrow, when we actually run this, I'm gonna set my phone up to run concurrently on TikTok. We won't have to do that once we get to 1,000 people. We'll be able to put it right in the system. You won't have to. The TikTok people won't see me working in the background about nothing. You'll see the show as it is on all the other platforms. Wow, Marcus joining us? You hear the bing? That's normally when somebody come in. All right. Well, we want to make sure we let you know that we are here. It is Saturday, March 14, 2026. We are live by Memorex. We are live, yes, but it's by Memorex. We're taping the show 12 hours ahead of time. And I got a feeling at some point we're going to actually go directly to the video, to our live from Memorex. I love the live show. Life be life, and so sometimes we got to tape our shows, but I got a feeling we're gonna have to set a time where we're gonna be taping these shows and we're gonna produce them out, make them glitz and glam them up, prettify them up real good. We're gonna get there. But as of right now, we still pretty much on the live track until we're not on the live track. All right, moving on to the NBA. Detroit Pistons are currently 48-19, 4-5 since the last show, 6-4 with the last 10, but they have won their last 3. They've dealt with some injuries. I would say I'm not worried. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not worried because every team you got to be able to deal with a rough patch. Now, if they continue on this trend moving forward, then we would have to have a conversation about what's actually going on.
Not even getting out the first round.
Boston back playing real good again.
Not even getting out the first round.
Boston has the fourth best record in the league. They have the best record behind the Pistons. The Pistons are the best record in the East. The best, and they have the best record in their division. They won last night over the Grizzlies, 126-110. And right now, OKC, Pistons, San Antonio, Boston, and the Knicks in that order for the best record in the league. And I'm not concerned. I will be concerned if we come back next week and they 1-2 or 1-3. I want to see how they do moving forward, coming down the stretch with Boston playing better, with the Knicks playing better, with Cleveland doing what they do. I'm not worried too much about the West because the West going to do what they do. We got to worry about what's happening in the East. As of right now, that's how I feel. What are your thoughts?
And get out the first round.
Now, that I can see that happen. That would bother me outrageously. I would be upset about that. It's time for them.
You're about to be upset. That going nowhere, man. Like I told you, the dude had what he had last night, 14 points. But he had MVP. Oh, he had top 10. I'm good. No, he's not. Luka will win MVP. Did you see what Luka had the other night?
I'm not saying he won't. But if you're looking at
51,
you got to play a certain number of games to be eligible.
I just said 51 though.
I'm not saying that Luka is not playing well enough to win it. What I'm saying, according to the criteria, you got to play 65 or more games. The question is, will those guys get the 65 games who are playing at that level of an MVP level? That's why they're saying that K is the front runner. Not because he's playing the best, but because he's one of the very few guys who are meeting the criteria of being an MVP, according to the rules. All right. The biggest news in the NBA. The other night, Bam Adebayo put up 83. What are your thoughts on Bam scoring 83?
Not a fan of Bam. I wasn't a fan when he was at Kentucky. Not a fan that he's dating Asia. Not a fan that he's at Miami. Good, man. Bam trash. I mean, I get it. If you want to blame somebody, you blame the Wizards. You don't blame Spoelstra. But the only reason he catching the grief he's catching is because it's Bam. Nobody was saying if Luka did. Luka was 73 and was 10 away from it. Nobody was saying nothing if it was Luka. Nobody would have said nothing if it would have. Nobody even would have said nothing if it would have been Westbrook.
If it was K.
Yeah, because they don't like Detroit basketball.
Point well
taken. Cade, Bam, Booker. They wouldn't have said nothing if Durant. They wouldn't have said nothing if it was Harden. They wouldn't have said it was like that's James Harden shoot like that.
Ant-Man?
Huh?
Ant-Man?
They would have loved if Ant-Man would have did it. Because they already wanted Don Ant-Man, the next face of the NBA.
I'm not saying that's wrong, but you better think twice about putting that boy at the face of the league. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
You can't go with his outside basketball. Like that's what he does outside of basketball. Basketball, he put the ball through the hoops. You can't put his personal with the sports part. If that's what he does, that's what he does. But with that being said, Ant don't want it. He don't want that. He don't want to hold the torch.
I agree with you that it should not be on what he does in his personal life, but that's part of the rules. Everybody don't get Donald Trump scrutiny. His scrutiny is totally separate than Donald Trump's scrutiny. What I mean by that is this: Donald Trump can do what he wants to do, say what he wants to say, and everybody gonna say, "Well, that's Donald. That's just Donald." Now, if it's Ant-Man, he gonna do what he do to say what he want to say, and between him and Durant, who is his homeboy, who they love each other, teasing each other back and forth on Twitter, that's a problem. The rules is not the same for everybody. Do I love that man? I love that man. That boy, he can ball. He talk junk to President Obama. He talk junk to everybody. Put the ball in the hoop. He's matured with his game over the years. But they're not going to make that man the face of the league. All the rules aren't the same for everybody. That's just how it goes. Like it or not, that's what it is. It is what it is. Like the gentleman had the other show. My thoughts is on Bam's 83 is this. It's a big deal. I don't see what the big deal is. Play defense. Bam, I was out there like old boy, like old girl from the Housewives of Atlanta. What'd she say? Who gonna check me, boo? Who on Washington was checking him? Was they checking him by committee? Was they checking him one person? I know they was talking about at the end I was fouling for him to get more points.
It just goes back to my opening statement. It's because it's him. They wouldn't even care if Jimmy did it. Butler.
Stop. Well, I don't know if it was emo Jimmy.
No, if it was Jimmy that played for the Warriors right now.
Jimmy Butler.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But if it would have been Jimmy that played for the Heat, it might would have been something to be said.
I think it'd have been. I'm thinking we probably 6-1, half a dozen of another on that one. Jimmy, no. I think Jimmy Butler will probably get some of the same heat that Bam is. Here's the only reason why they're not legitimizing Bam. Bam does not score like that on a consistent basis. If he was putting up 25 and 12 a night, for him to go off on 83 would not be a problem.
Correct.
That's my only thing. But at the end of the day, I could care less. Go on, get your points, big fella. And when that big contract come again, they about to re-up him on his contract. Go on, make your money. Go on, make your money. But here's the funny part. They was giving Asia Wilson grief. Now you got to go score 84, girl. Girl. That's what they told Asia. He scored 83. Now you got to go score 84. That's the only thing I don't like. Let that man be him by himself. Let him do what he did and let him have his own accolades by himself. Because they would be dead wrong if she went out and put up 84 and they told him, now you got to go score 85.
Right.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's what I didn't like the most about that whole thing. Don't forget to click like, click share. Let everybody know that we here. We are on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, which is X, the Roku channel on the Maximum TV Network, and TikTok. Transition. We moving forward to the NHL. We already talked about a little bit already. Stevie, why? Red Wings 36, 23-7, 79 points over 66 games played. They're 2-4-1 since our last show. They did lose their last game 4-1 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They 5-3-2 over their last 10. They're in the fourth place in the Eastern Conference of the Atlantic Division. And if the season was to end today, they have to be the number one seed in the wild card. Question is, are they going to make it? As a matter of fact, they in town here in Dallas tonight against the Dallas Stars. I've been stalking that game for the longest. I'm not paying that much money to sit in them nosebleeds. Two relatively good teams. The Red Wings doing well. The Stars doing well. Them tickets are expensive. I'm at the point now where I'm not sitting that high no more. I'm too old for that. I will pay money to sit in that low bowl, but I'm not paying $300-$400 to watch the Red Wings lose 6-2. Not doing that. I'm not paying $100 to sit at the top to watch the video screen. If that's the case, I can watch the game at home, right at the bar, and be warmer. I like being in the AC. I like that. It's a nice building. The way they designed it, they put it together right. And they talking about building another arena already. They just put that thing. That building ain't even 15 years old. They talking about building another arena down there. Why? New ownership. They want to let their own building. They want to make their own money. I get it. But just don't use taxpayer money. If you build it, stay off the taxpayer money. You pay for the infrastructure. You pay for the building. You pay for it all the way. Don't ask me for a dime. Don't raise my taxes for nothing. I don't want to pay another 10 cent in gas money for y'all to build another building. Y'all got a perfectly good building sitting right there right now.
Right.
That's my own. Red Wings. We talked about them early. So you think that this is going to be Steve's last year if they don't make or should be Steve's last year if they don't make the playoffs?
It should, but it won't. Because that's what he's gonna say. I didn't have Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin is going for six games.
Yeah. Minimum 6 games.
Minimum.
Yeah. Yep. And they're 0-2 so far without him.
Right.
They lost 4-1 and 4-2 consecutively. They got beat. They got jumped up on like old boy. What's old boy who we interviewed? He said they got punched on. They got punched on. No, they don't know they lost 4-3. They were up 3-2 and lost 4-3 in the last minute. Literally last 90 seconds of the game. Game didn't even go to overtime. Game didn't go overtime. They gave up the ghost. Caesar's game. They gave up great Caesar's ghost the last 90 seconds of the game. So hey, hopefully they can keep it together. KIT keep it together throughout the end of the season. Because I would love to see them make the playoffs for the first time in both ever. All right, moving forward, the World Baseball Classic, the most exciting thing going on right now. If I realized they was down in Houston with them games, I'd have drove down there. I didn't know they was in Houston. I apologize, WBC. I done went down there and scouted me some tickets. I would have spent a little money, even if I had to sit in the nosebleed seats for that. I would have been there for that. Because that don't happen very often. That don't happen very often. Now they're gonna be in Miami for the rest of the time. They're in the Final Four right now. The United States playing against the Dominican Republic. We're waiting on to see the winner of the tomorrow Puerto Rico Italy game, and then Venezuela versus Japan. 2 great games that's happening tomorrow, and they're gonna play the championship game. And then Sunday, USA play Dominican Republic, and I'm sorry, Puerto Rico Italy. I'm sorry I said that wrong. And then Monday will be Miami. In Miami, they'll be playing the winner of those quarterfinal game 3 and 4. And on Tuesday, March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, the championship game will be in Miami as well. I'm going to do my best to try and see as much of that as possible. They having a good time. They out flipping bats, hitting home runs. The crowd going crazy. Ain't nobody mad. They flipping bats. Have you kept up with it at all?
Nah, not really.
I can tell you what's the best thing they always have? Them uniforms. I want me a Puerto Rican uniform. I want me a Dominican Republic uniform. I want me a Korean uniform. As always, the USA, they're just kind of plain. They need to put some imagination in it. Put some flavor in it. The flavor they got in there is the flavor they got is box mac and cheese. That's what they need to name them uniforms. Box mac and cheese. No flavor. No flavor at all. A good staple, red, white, and blue. No imagination. That's a shame. That's a shame. All right, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna get you out of here because we know we both have been on the clock today, so the energy is running out, so we got to get us on out of here. It's time for the women's sports. The segment is T.E. down. The slaves leaves no crown. Girl, get your coins and clock it. I know one of these days somebody gonna be mad at me. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Apologize in advance. Texas wins the SEC championship. They beat South Carolina in the SEC championship. Did you see that?
Yes, I started thrashing.
Yeah, it wasn't even kind of close. It wasn't kind of close. I don't know if she called off the dogs and let them, and not to say let them win, but in terms of saying, hey, we're gonna back up so we can, be ready for the tournament. I don't know if she did, if Dawn did that. That don't sound like something Dawn did. Maybe it was just an anomaly of a game. It's their second loss of the season because they did beat Texas earlier in the year. And let's see what else we got. Let's see. UCLA won the Big Ten championship. They saying right now, UCLA they looking for UCLA to play the UConn in the championship. That's what they say the championship might be. I'm hoping this will be my dream Final Four. UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, and LSU. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see LSU get to the Final Four. If not, Texas or TCU. Why not? Why not? We gonna see. Like I said, I'm hoping to see when I want to check my schedule tomorrow. Hopefully, I got off Friday and Monday, so I can go see all 4 of them games. I'm going down, and tickets is affordable, and I have to, if I have to get dropped off or take an Uber down there, pay for the parking. The parking is like $45, man. That's outrageous. Yeah, yeah. 45 times 4, that's $180. I'll park around the corner and walk. I'll do something. Drop me off. Do something. Somebody drop me off or something. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Even if I was going to, I don't pay that when I go see the Cowboys. I park at the bar and take the shuttle bus over. I'm not paying all that money. That's not going to be me. I can't do all that. I'm serious. I'm serious. All right. I'm sorry. Let's see here. World Cup qualifiers. USA defeated Puerto Rico the last night. They're getting ready for the World Cup. Everybody's happy because they got Caitlin Clark and the Bayou Barbie on the same team. They're playing together, looking good out there together. And USA should go ahead and qualify for the World Cup. Also, in the biggest news in the women's world of sports, the WNBA CBA negotiations are now in day 4 without a deal. They want to make sure, they want to do their best to get a deal going because here's why. Here's the biggest thing. It's not the contract, it's the season. The season gets started real soon. Because literally like the day after the draft, a week after the draft, after the NCAA tournament is the draft.
Right.
They draft all those girls who ain't gonna make teams because they make it look good. They bring them to whatever city they put them on. They dress them up, make them nice, and only 6 out of the 20 teams that get drafted, people make the team, and that's a shame. Now, if what happened, what I think is going to happen, if they invalidate, if they get locked out, they invalidate them contracts. Most of those girls that's on teams now are not going to make it, and when they had that draft, a lot of them girls going to stay. Them 2 rounds that they draft, a lot of teams, the girls are going to stick with those teams. Why? Because they're going to purge them contracts, and that might be a thing that need to happen. Also, it's more of a sense of urgency now, leaning more towards the players than the owners. You got girls still stuck overseas in Tel Aviv, in the UAE, in Saudi Arabia, in the middle of that war zone that nobody expected to happen out of nowhere when we out of the middle of the night came like Jesus like a thief in the night and bombed Iran. So that's another thing. Are they gonna make more money so they don't have to go overseas? Brittany Griner already let them know, hey, there's issues going overseas. She went over there and had them weed canisters and they locked her up, and they had to trade her back for an arms dealer. So how we gonna get those girls home? So that affects all of that. Middle East war has affected the draft, has affected the talks of the WNBA. I'm just hoping they can get everything settled and get these young ladies a good contract and get them ready to move forward into the new season. They on ION, they on ESPN, and they on ABC. Let's keep this going. Let's keep the ball rolling. They're making good money from the sponsors. Share the pot. Share it long term. Make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right. We're a little ahead of time today, which is good. We like that. We're going to we on time. And as always, we're going to take a quick pause for the calls as we jump into Stoopid Sports News. All right, so we got some good things in Stoopid Sports News today. It was announced that the Atlanta Hawks was going to have Lemon Pepper Night, a nice promotion. You know where I'm going with this, ain't you? Right. Going to that nice promotion down in Atlanta, down at the State Farm Arena. And the NBA said, no. Why is that? Tell the good people what the Lemon Pepper Night was all about. with the Atlanta Hawks.
Wasn't that the strippers or whatever?
Magic City Night at the State Farm Arena with the Atlanta Hawks. I saw that. I was like, if he ain't gonna let that go through. Ooh, I don't know about that, especially with that scandal. All those years, the NBA players was going down there getting in trouble, and yeah. I don't think they're gonna ever let that happen. Reason why I say Lemon Pepper Night, Lemon Pepper Lou got herself in trouble in the bubble. He went home, got the wings, and of course they made a mountain out of a molehill with that whole situation.
Right.
NBA not gonna go back to doing that. That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna let that happen. Not gonna happen at all. Not happening at all. All right. Are you familiar with the name Michael Kamau?
Never heard of him.
Now I'm pretty sure you heard the situation. The LA Marathon. Did you see the LA Marathon? The highlights where the guy was running. He ran off. They veered him off course unintentionally, and you get back on the course. He's running, and the guy running behind him like a bullet train. And the guy from Mr. Kamau, he reached out to try and get to the take first when he realized the guy passed him, and he shot by him, and he lost, and he failed, and he rolled over, skipped himself all up. Why I use Mr. Kamau? Because my name was Kamau, and his last name was Kamau Kenyon. He lost the race to Mr. Nathan Martin from Jackson, Michigan. He was the actual winner of the LA Marathon, and by milliseconds. Why? Because race officials were negligent and putting him in the wrong direction, running them with the pace car, send him to the right where he's supposed to send him straight. And that cost him literally 3 or 4 seconds where he could have just won it outright. So congratulations to Mr. Nathan Martin, and I apologize, Mr. Michael Kamau, for all those folks in LA who did not do their job and messed it up. All right, next thing. You hear about the Big 12 court, the championship court, what happened in the Big 12?
The lights and everything, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. They had the specialized court out there where they changing it up. They could change it in the middle of the game. They could put all the different sponsorships on the floor. And but there was a lot of people sliding. That plastic floor has a little bit of give in it. So when you playing defense or offense, you trying to cut, make a move, had guys sliding out there. So the Big 12 said, hey, for the safety of the players, we're gonna get this one out of here. We're gonna make improvements. We're gonna try and bring it back next year, but we're bringing back the hardwood floor. And I'm glad they made that decision. But before that, they had to get laughed at. All right. You know who James Pierce Jr. is from the Falcons?
How was that?
That is the gentleman who is allegedly stalking Miss Rakia Jackson. It's more than alleged because it's still alleged because he hasn't been convicted of it. He was the one who she had to get the restraining order for because he was treating her badly. All I can say is, Mr. Pierce, come to Detroit. Don't come up I-94 from the south I-75. It's gonna be trouble for you. You a tough guy until somebody from Detroit snatch you up for messing with the homegrown talent. It's Rakia Jackson. I'm not wishing no harm on nobody. I'm just saying, if I was you, I'd be trying to apologize profusely and still stay away from her. I already know. I'm pretty sure that the Falcons probably didn't release that young man. And if he get another chance in the NFL, Detroit, we're going to go to Detroit this week, coach. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know I ain't got no sense. And you ever heard of Fred Curley?
Ain't that the guy from the Harlem Globetrotters?
That's Curly Neal. That's Curly
Curly
Neal. Fred Curley is a sprinter. He's an Olympic champion and a world champion in the 100-meter dash. This young man earned himself a 2-year ban last week for missing 3 drug tests. Why? Because they couldn't find him. you supposed to check in and let them know where you at because they will literally pop up on you anywhere at any time.
Right.
The term is called whereabouts failures. They didn't know where he was. So that basically one or two things would happen. Either he was on the performance enhancing drugs, or he was on the marijuana or something. So if it's an automatic failure when they say, "Hey, we here, huh? Where you at, huh? We here, huh?" Fail. He did it 3 times in 2024. So now he is suspended for 2 years and can't come back. My thoughts is, what's wrong with you, boy? Now you done messed up all your what's the word? You're not gonna get your endorsements, yeah, because that's how they make their money. Now you got to go work a regular job, brother. You could be making that endorsement money because it's track season starting. Now you could be out on the over in Europe making that money and join. You could have joined no girl league from here in America. They started their league too. I know it's mostly for them, but they're bringing them in into. So that is our Stoopid Sports news for the day. I forgot I not have one quick question. So I apologize for not having one quick question. We're gonna roll that into predictions. Our predictions for this week is: who do you think gonna win it all in the national championship? We're gonna start with the men. Who do you think gonna win it all?
College basketball, give me the Dukies. He finally gets it done.
You think Duke gonna win it this year?
Yep.
I kind of alluded who I thought was gonna win it this year. I'm going with Michigan. I think right now they're poised to win it all. This year they did well in the other earlier tournaments at the beginning of the season. I think Michigan will win it all. I think Duke is going to be playing Michigan for the championship. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a repeat.
Right.
Game and the game they played in New Orleans. I don't know where this year's tournament championship will be at. I got to look that up, but I think Duke will play against Michigan for championship. All right. Who you think going to win it in the girls?
UConn.
I said the same. I think UConn going to win it as well. Undefeated. Going to the tournament. I don't see anybody beating them, honestly. I really don't. Do you really want to watch a UCLA UConn game final?
Yeah.
That's the boringest game ever. Get your popcorn for what? I would like to see UConn play against South Carolina again. I would love to see that. They beat them again. And much as I love South Carolina, it hurts my heart to say that. I love South Carolina. I love that entire team. UConn will beat them again like they stole something.
Absolutely.
That's just the reality of it. So I'm picking University of Michigan and UConn for the girls. You picking Duke and UConn for the girls. So we're going to see what happens. Why? Because the brackets come out Sunday, and we're going to post the bracket challenge and see who want to be a part of the bracket challenge again this year. All right, everybody, that does it. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to put our QR code up here so you can join not only TikTok, but join our Sports Talk group on Facebook. We want to see you come on out and hang out with us. We got a good community over there. We post a lot of good content over there, and we want to see you join us over there. And of course, I'm going to leave this up for a few more minutes while we get out. I'm going to put the TikTok one up on there. Just scan it on your phone. Just scan it on the phone so we can get out over 1,000 people on this. We can get TikTok to add us in on the restream side. I'm looking forward to that. All right, Felix, as we get out of here, what are your closing thoughts of the day?
Closing thoughts for the day is what is the closing thoughts for the day? The closing thoughts for the day is stop inviting people to sit at your table just because they're hungry.
Okay. All right. We will see you all next February. Excuse me, I was trying not to sneeze. March 21st. Ooh, it's about to sneeze. Excuse me. March 21st. 2026, same bat time, same back channel, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern over all our socials. Have a great and safe weekend, everybody.